Hello guys, now please, before you buy a house together with your wife, that is husband and wife will come together to buy a house, especially those of us here in Europe, I would beg you to please listen to this my video so that you will not cry tomorrow, so that you will not regret tomorrow, because what is running now is that almost everybody want to buy a house here in Europe, and at times husband and wife they will come together to buy that house together. Please, before you do that, there are some certain things you must verify from that man, or you must verify from that your wife, because some men actually they are owing the government even before you got married to him. Some they want to renew their document, they will go and put their paper in autonomous, telling the government that they are doing business. So there are some tax that they are supposed to be paying. Some men they will not pay the government. Not just men, even the same thing applies to some women. Some women, even before they got married, they were already owing the government 10,000 euros, 15,000 euros, 20,000 euros, or even after they've gotten married, depending on the scenario. It is not only from autonomo. Some people, whichever amount that you are owing the government, whatever thing that you did with the government, and you are owing the government, if you are not careful, that because of that debt, the house that you are co-buying with your husband could have problem. There's nothing like, no, I'm not the one owning the government, it's my husband. I should go and meet my husband. No. Any property that the man co-own with anybody can be in danger if any of the party are owing the government. So what you're supposed to do is to first of all go and verify if your wife is owing the government or if your husband is owing the government, because some of you can be owing the government and maybe you've forgotten, or you did not take it serious. Go and check how much that amount is, and see if you people can pay it. If you know you cannot pay that money, just forget about house, because that house can be seized. Now, is it that the government will just come and seize the house? No, there's a procedure the government will also need to go through. First, if that is the only house you and your wife have together, and that is the house you are staying, the government will not seize it. Just hold on, let me explain to the end. The government will not seize that particular house. The government can only come to seize that house if the amount that either you or your husband or two of you are owing together is more than 120,000 euros. Then they can come and push you out and seize that particular house. I know you will say, 120,000 euros, that one is big now. I'm only owing the government 30,000. Mind you, 30,000 will become 35,000 tomorrow, because it is the money will definitely be appreciating. Before you know, in the next 5 years, it's already 40,000. In the next under 5 years again, it's under 50,000. That's how the money can go and get to up to about 120,000, and you'll be having problem. In that case, they can come to seize the house. Now, even if the money is not up to about 120,000, what the government will do in another instance is that if the money that you are owing them is more than 20,000 euros, in that case, they will not seize the house. They will register that debt. They will register it on top of that particular house. They call it hypotheca. They will put hypotheca on top of that house. What does that mean? So anytime they will put that debt that your husband is owing, or they'll put that debt that your wife is owing, they will register it to that house. So anytime you now want to sell that house tomorrow, you get to the notarial office, you want to sell it. Immediately they put the house on in the computer, they will just see that there's a debt registered in that house. Maybe the debt was 20,000 when they register it, and it has increased over time. Now it's now 50,000. So if you are selling that house for 100,000, the government will first of all come and collect their 50,000, because it is registered on top of the house. They'll collect the 50,000 and give you the balance. But because the house is co-owned between you and your husband, government can only seize half of that amount that belongs, which the wife is owing or which the husband is owing. So you can say, okay, if that's the case, I will not sell the house. Now, if you don't sell the house, you now decide to will that house to your children. If your children, if they are inheriting that house from you, they must also inherit the debt. That is how it works here in Italy. If a man or a woman is owing the government, and that man or woman have any property, as you are willing that property to your children, you are also willing the money that you are owing, the debt, you are also willing it to them. That is why most Italians immediately they just pass on. Their children will just go and put their house in for sale, vendici. They will just sell it, use the money to pay government, and the rest they will use it to do whatever thing they want to do. So that's why you should be careful before you just take one man, take one woman to rush to the bank and take money to buy a house without first of all verifying if that man is coming with a lot of burden, or if that woman is coming with a lot of burden. Then you will now see if you can be able to be paying for the house and also be clearing the debt. But if you don't have the intention of paying the debt, I will advise you not to just buy any property here in Italy, because this is some of the mistake a lot of us are making. So it might not be happening now. In the next 20 years, in the next 30 years, you will start hearing things like this, that they've seized this person's house, they've put hypotheca in this person's house, they've registered debt in this person's house. So let us be careful. Make sure you verify if your husband is owing, if your wife is owing, and if the amount that they are owing is an amount that both of you can pay. If it's an amount that is repayable, then you can start repaying it and buy that house. Make sure you share this video so that you get to as many people as possible. And please, if you have not been following me, click on the follow button so that anytime I put any update like this, you can be able to get it. Thank you and God bless you. I want to encourage you to use tap send, which happens to be one of the best app you can ever get to send money to your loved ones in Nigeria. If you put my promo code Heroes TV, they will even dash you 5 euro in your first transaction. Go and get tap send, and you can get it from your Apple store, your Play Store, or even from the link in this video comment section. Thank you and God bless you.